Well, our pet vet, Dr. Sandy Norman, is here to talk about something that can be a little embarrassing when you have people over, Sandy.
Yes.
And this is one of those things that you're like,
Yeah.
why is my dog doing this? There's top 3 reasons why
Yeah.
dogs scoot.
Yeah, we get asked all the time, and there can be several reasons, but there's usually a top 3. Okay, so one is if your dog has very irritated skin, or if they've cut or injured it there, they're scooting it just to scratch it. And the only problem with that is if it itches, you scratch it, and then you itches again and you scratch. So if they have very sensitive skin, they'll scoot because it itches.
Right.
And so you need to get that checked out because you want to make sure it doesn't get infected. They don't have a cut or something back there. So that's number 1. Number 2 is they can have parasites, okay? And generally these are tapeworms, internal parasites, and people have seen little rice-like segments on their dog's rear end, okay? And you need to go to your veterinarian and get the medicine for that.
Right.
The stuff over the counter won't do it. You need specific medicine. You need to take the segments in or a stool sample to make sure they don't have other parasites. So parasites can cause scooting. But the number 3 reason, and probably the most common, is their anal sacs, which are little sacs that sit on either side of their anal opening, are full, have become plugged, and they sometimes scoot to get those expressed.
And for some dogs, this is something as they get older, it kind of requires a trip to the vet to remedy that.
Yeah, some dogs need them expressed all the time, and that's okay. We do that with Gregor. It's very smelly liquid that comes out. All that happens is something gets plugged in the little duct that comes out, and so it needs to be expressed. But some dogs have chronic problems with them. They get infected, they get plugged all the time, and in that case, they can be removed. But you need to talk to your veterinarian, especially if it keeps happening over and over again.
If you see this as a pattern, then you need to talk to your vet.
Yeah, you need to talk to your veterinarian and find out, is there a routine treatment? Sometimes they have to be flushed periodically, and that does it. We try not to remove them because there's a lot of little delicate nerves around there, but if we have to, we can. But you need to talk and find out what's the best thing for my dog because he's scooting all the time. Is it skin? Is he have a chronic infection of tapeworms? Got to treat the fleas for that? Or do we have an anal sac problem, infection, or inflammation?
Now, you don't have 2 pets for us today, and
No,
there's
I
a
don't.
reason for that, Sandy. This Saturday is Clear the Shelters across central Indiana. This is an opportunity to find a new 4-legged friend for free at 10 participating central Indiana shelters.
Yeah, and that's it. We always encourage people to look for shelter dogs or rescue dogs. I own a rescue dog myself, so we always encourage people to look in the shelter first because there's animals that, through no fault of their own, don't have a home, and a lot of times you can give that home. So always in for looking for shelter animals first.
Now, 10 central Indiana shelters are actually participating. We have them on WTHR.com. They're waiving the adoption fee. There may be a processing fee involved, but wouldn't it be great if Sunday morning all of those animals had homes? So make sure you check that out.
The shelters, because we always fill them up again, unfortunately.
Thank you so much, Sandy.
Thank you.
Chris?